Do you ever feel that strange tingling, burning, or even a heavy, lifeless sensation in your feet? Perhaps it feels like pins and needles, or maybe just a dull, persistent numbness that makes walking feel wobbly and uncertain. It's a frustrating reality for far too many of us, affecting our balance, our comfort, and even our sleep. You might have tried everything from special shoes to stretches, but what if I told you that some seemingly innocent foods in your fruit bowl could actually be contributing to this uncomfortable problem, making that numbness in your feet worse? It sounds surprising, doesn't it? Fruits are supposed to be healthy, after all, but there's a secret many don't realize about certain types of fruit and how they can interact with the delicate nerves in your feet. In this video, we're going to gently uncover 6 common fruits that, when eaten regularly or in large quantities, might be inadvertently worsening those numb sensations. We'll explore why they could be a problem and what you can do about it, without giving up on delicious, natural foods entirely. So, settle in, because you'll want to watch to the very end for something that will truly surprise you. Let's start by talking about the first category of fruits that might be playing a subtle but significant role in that foot numbness: dried fruits. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dried apricots, raisins, prunes, dried cranberries. They're often touted as healthy snacks, full of fiber and nutrients. And in moderation, they certainly can be. But here's the catch: when fruit is dried, all the water is removed, leaving behind a much more concentrated form of sugar. Think about it this way. A handful of fresh grapes is one thing, but that same handful of grapes, once dried into raisins, becomes a tiny sugar bomb. This concentrated sweetness can lead to a quicker and more significant spike in your blood sugar levels. For our bodies, especially as we get older, managing blood sugar becomes incredibly important, not just for conditions like diabetes, but for the health of our nerves, particularly those tiny, delicate ones in our feet. High and fluctuating blood sugar levels can damage these nerves over time, leading to what's known as peripheral neuropathy, which often manifests as numbness, tingling, or even pain in the feet and hands. Many people experience this without being diagnosed with diabetes, simply due to years of blood sugar fluctuations. So, while a few dried cranberries on your morning cereal might be fine, snacking on large bags of mixed dried fruit throughout the day could be sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster, making existing nerve issues worse or even contributing to new ones. The solution here isn't to banish them entirely, but to be mindful of portions. Think of them as a treat, a garnish, rather than a main snack. If you enjoy the sweetness, try pairing a small amount of dried fruit with something that slows sugar absorption, like a handful of nuts or a spoonful of plain yogurt. This can help cushion the sugar spike and make it gentler on your system and your precious nerves. Remember, it's about balance and being aware of how concentrated natural sugars can impact your unique body. Now, let's gently move on from dried fruits to another sweet treat that often finds its way into our healthy eating plans: dates. Dates are incredibly popular, often used as a natural sweetener in smoothies, energy balls, or simply eaten on their own as a healthy snack. And just like dried fruits, dates are packed with nutrients, fiber, and antioxidants. They truly are a wonderful food. However, they are also incredibly high in natural sugars and have a surprisingly high glycemic index. This means that, similar to dried fruits, eating even a few dates can cause your blood sugar to rise quite rapidly. For someone who is trying to manage existing numbness in their feet, this quick sugar surge can be particularly problematic. Our nerves thrive on a stable environment, and constant fluctuations in blood sugar, even if they don't reach diabetic levels, can create a stressful situation for them. It's like a bumpy road for your nervous system. Imagine trying to keep a car perfectly steady on a road full of unexpected dips and peaks. It's exhausting for the car. And similarly, those blood sugar spikes can be exhausting and damaging for your nerves. While dates offer a natural sweetness, if you're experiencing numbness, it might be worth experimenting with reducing your intake or pairing them with sources of protein or healthy fats. For example, instead of eating 5 dates on their own, perhaps 1 date with a small handful of almonds, or chopped into a salad. where other ingredients can help slow down the sugar absorption. It's about being clever with how you enjoy them, ensuring that the wonderful benefits don't come at the cost of your nerve comfort. You see, it's not about villainizing these foods, but understanding their potency, especially for our more mature bodies. Every small adjustment can make a difference in how your feet feel, day in and day out, continuing our journey through fruits that might be silently aggravating your foot numbness. Let's turn our attention to one of the most beloved tropical delights, mangoes. Oh, the sweet, juicy flesh of a ripe mango can be absolutely irresistible, especially during the warmer months. They're packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber, making them a fantastic addition to most diets. However, and this is where mindfulness comes in, mangoes are also quite high in natural sugars. A single medium-sized mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of most sodas. While this is natural fruit sugar, or fructose, our bodies still process it, and large quantities can lead to significant blood sugar increases for individuals already dealing with the delicate balance of nerve health, particularly in the feet. These sugar surges can put additional strain on the small blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to your nerves. When these blood vessels are repeatedly exposed to high sugar levels, they can become damaged, reducing blood flow and making it harder for nerves to repair themselves or function optimally. This impaired circulation and nerve nourishment can absolutely contribute to or worsen symptoms of numbness and tingling. It's not about avoiding mangoes entirely. That would be a shame instead. It's about portion control and timing. Instead of eating a whole large mango in one sitting, consider cutting it in half and enjoying half with a meal that contains protein and healthy fats, which can help slow down the sugar absorption. Or perhaps enjoy a smaller portion of mango blended into a smoothie with spinach, seeds, and protein powder. Creating a more balanced nutritional profile. The goal is to enjoy the wonderful flavor and nutrients without overwhelming your system with a sudden influx of sugar. This mindful approach allows you to savor the sweetness of life without compromising the comfort of your feet. Next on our list is a fruit that's a staple in many households. Often praised for its potassium content and convenience, the banana. Bananas are indeed a good source of energy, fiber, and those essential electrolytes. But, just like our previous examples, not all bananas are created equal when it comes to their sugar content and how they impact blood sugar. A very ripe banana, the kind with brown spots, has a much higher glycemic index than a slightly green one. As bananas ripen, their starches convert into sugars, making them sweeter and quicker to elevate your blood glucose. For someone battling persistent foot numbness, consistent spikes in blood sugar, even from seemingly healthy sources like ripe bananas, can add to the chronic inflammation and oxidative stress that damage nerves over time. And think of it this way, your nerves are incredibly sensitive. They need a steady, nourishing supply of blood and nutrients. When your blood sugar is constantly fluctuating, it creates a less than ideal environment for these delicate nerve endings. This doesn't mean you have to say goodbye to bananas forever. Far from it. It simply means being strategic. If you enjoy bananas, consider choosing ones that are still a bit firm and less ripe. This provides more resistant starch, which has a gentler effect on blood sugar. And, as with mangoes, portion size is key. A smaller banana, or half of a larger one, especially when paired with a source of protein like nut butter or seeds, can make a big difference. You can also incorporate banana into a balanced meal, like blending a small amount into a smoothie with leafy greens and protein powder, rather than eating it on its own as a quick snack. This approach helps to stabilize the sugar release, allowing you to enjoy the benefits of the banana without the potential downsides for your sensitive feet. It's about smart choices that support your body's long-term comfort and well-being. Moving forward, let's consider another incredibly popular fruit, especially refreshing during warmer weather: grapes. Both green and red grapes are juicy, sweet, and incredibly easy to pop into your mouth one after another without much thought. They're a good source of antioxidants and certain vitamins, but their primary concern for those experiencing foot numbness lies in their sugar content and how easy it is to consume a significant amount in one sitting. A single cup of grapes can contain around 23 grams of sugar. When you consider how quickly you can eat 2 or 3 cups while watching television or chatting with friends. That sugar intake adds up very rapidly. And just like with the other fruits we've discussed, this can lead to a quick and substantial rise in your blood sugar. These repeated sugar spikes contribute to systemic inflammation and can directly affect the health of your peripheral nerves. Remember, those tiny nerves in your feet are highly sensitive to changes in your internal environment. When blood sugar levels are consistently elevated or fluctuate wildly, it creates a toxic environment for nerve cells, impeding their ability to function properly and potentially worsening existing numbness or preventing improvement. It's not that grapes are inherently bad. It's about their concentrated sugar load when eaten in larger quantities, especially if you have underlying issues that make you more susceptible to nerve sensitivity. Instead of a large bowl of grapes, try enjoying a smaller handful, or pair them with cheese or a few nuts, which introduce fat and protein to slow down the sugar absorption and keep your blood sugar more stable. You could also freeze grapes for a refreshing, slower-to-eat treat. By being mindful of how many grapes you're enjoying and what you're eating them with, you can still relish their natural sweetness without inadvertently contributing to discomfort in your feet. Every conscious choice about your diet is a step towards greater comfort and vitality. So, we've walked through how dried fruits, dates, mangoes, pineapples, bananas, and grapes, while individually healthy, can sometimes contribute to or worsen that stubborn numbness in your feet due to their concentrated sugar content and impact on blood sugar levels. It's not about throwing out your fruit bowl and saying goodbye to these delicious natural treats forever. Absolutely not. The key takeaway here is awareness and moderation, especially if you're already grappling with peripheral neuropathy or other forms of nerve discomfort. What we've learned today is that managing your blood sugar is paramount for nerve health. When your blood sugar levels are stable, it creates a more soothing and supportive environment for those delicate nerves in your feet, helping them to heal and function better. Think of it as providing a smooth, calm river for your nerves to flow through, rather than a turbulent, rocky rapids. Remember, making small, thoughtful adjustments to your diet can yield surprisingly big results for your comfort and overall well-being. Perhaps you swap out a large serving of dried fruit for a handful of fresh berries. Maybe you enjoy half a banana with some almond butter instead of a whole, ripe one on its own. Or perhaps you enjoy your favorite tropical fruit, like a slice of mango or pineapple, as part of a balanced meal rather than a standalone snack. These aren't drastic changes, but they are powerful ones. They show that you're listening to your body and giving it the stable environment it needs to thrive. Before you go, I truly want to encourage you. If you've been experiencing numbness or tingling in your feet, please have a conversation with your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can offer personalized advice and rule out any other underlying conditions. This video is meant to empower you with knowledge, not replace professional medical guidance. Your experiences and insights are incredibly valuable. Have you noticed any specific foods that seem to affect your foot comfort? Or perhaps you have a smart tip for enjoying fruits while keeping your blood sugar stable. Please share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. We're a community here, and your perspective can truly help others who are going through similar challenges. And if you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. Liking the video tells me you appreciate this content and encourages us to create more. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you won't miss out on future videos packed with practical, easy-to-understand health advice specifically designed for our vibrant senior community. We are dedicated to helping you live your very best life, full of comfort, vitality, and joy at every age. Thank you for watching. And remember, your health is your greatest wealth.